She opened her eyes only to find herself back on the exact day her parents were getting divorced, forced to choose who to live with. Her sister spoke up first, choosing to leave their wealthy mother, and insisted on staying with their poor father. That moment, the girl realized that her sister had also been reborn. Her sister knew that in the previous life, their father eventually became extremely wealthy, and his sons achieved immense success. But what her sister didn't know was that their father's rise to fame and fortune was entirely because of the younger girl's silent efforts behind the scenes. In that past life, the younger girl and her brothers had stayed by their father's side, enduring endless hardships to build everything from scratch. Yet, when they became wealthy, the sister who had abandoned them suddenly returned, snatching away all the love and affection. Despite the younger girl working herself to exhaustion and falling gravely ill, her family only criticized her, calling her scheming and greedy. They even forced her to give up her engagement to the wealthy Shen family's eldest son just to hand it over to her sister. In the end, her selfless devotion only raised a family of cold-blooded, ungrateful monsters, and she died in agony. Fortunately, heaven showed mercy and gave her a second chance. Seeing her sister smirking, thinking she had secured a wealthy future with their father, the girl didn't hesitate for a second. She walked right over to her mother, choosing to step into the powerful and affluent Shen family, despite hearing rumors of how harsh and cold they could be. She was ready to face whatever came her way. To her surprise, as she stepped into the Shen mansion, there was no cold shoulder awaiting her. Instead, the elderly matriarch, Madame Shen, was warmly brainstorming what welcoming gift to give her. However, her interaction with the eldest young master, Master Shen, turned out to be completely different. When she smiled and greeted him politely, he responded with absolute coldness and indifference. In his mind, this new stepsister was already labeled as a greedy and superficial person. It turned out that just the day before, her sister had deliberately visited him, spinning a manipulative story about how the younger girl was only moving into the Shen house because her own family was poor, and she wanted a taste of the luxury. This pre-existing prejudice left the eldest brother distant and guarded. On the other hand, Madame Shen remained incredibly affectionate, instantly gifting her a highly valuable necklace, and even suggesting she join the Shen Corporation to gain experience. This sudden warmth deeply moved the girl, reminding her of how she had given her entire heart to her biological father's family in her past life, only to receive nothing, not even a simple piece of jewelry. Now, a lady with no blood relation was offering her unconditional support, melting the icy walls around her heart. The next day, after dressing up meticulously, she prepared to head to the company for her internship. At the entrance, she crossed paths with the second young master, who was also heading out. He was openly hostile, viewing her as an intruder who had come to steal a share of the family wealth. Within a couple of short sentences, he managed to insult her and then slickly convinced Madame Shen to agree to his demands. He then smugly insisted on escorting her to the office, but the moment they arrived, the inexperienced girl found herself completely overwhelmed by the complex corporate data. By the end of her first day, she couldn't even organize a basic set of data properly, prompting a smug, mocking look from the second brother, who boasted about how much better he was. However, his smugness didn't last long. When their father reviewed their first day performance reports, he lost his temper, grabbed a feather duster, and started chasing the second brother around the room for his arrogance. The second brother, bruised and confused, complained about why he was the one getting beaten when the new girl was the one underperforming. His father snapped back, reprimanding him that, as an Ivy League graduate, it was pathetic to compare himself to a sister who hadn't even finished college yet. This unexpected defense from her stepfather brought a sense of belonging to her heart. A few days later, while resting in her room, she checked her calendar and froze. She remembered a tragic incident from her past life. On this exact date, the second brother was severely disfigured and crippled for life in a gas leak explosion while dining out. Learning from the housekeeper that he had already left for a restaurant, she rushed out to save him. Tracking him down to a private VIP room, she tried to convince him to leave, but he dismissed her as annoying and told her to get out. Acting quickly, she lied and claimed she smelled a strong scent of gas, demanding the manager reveal when the pipes were last inspected. When the panicked manager admitted it had been over 3 years, the second brother bolted from his seat in fear, immediately ordering an evacuation of the building. Just as they cleared the perimeter, a massive explosion ripped through the restaurant, sending flames into the sky. Staring at the destruction, the second brother realized she had just saved his life. Shaken but deeply grateful, his entire attitude towards her flipped completely. He admitted he had misjudged her and officially declared that she was now part of the family, promising that he would always protect her from now on. With their bond completely transformed, they decided to go shopping together to buy a birthday present for Madame Shen. At the mall, the girl picked out an elegant, beautiful brooch. Suddenly, she ran right into her scheming sister and her biological third brother. Despite the younger girl finding the brooch first, her sister arrogantly demanded she hand it over, and the brother blindly whipped out his card to buy it. When the girl stepped up to stop them, stating it was a gift for her grandmother, her biological brother scoffed, coldly snapping, "Where did you suddenly get a grandmother from? Ours died a long time ago."